The excitement of One Moose is building, and our members are filled with anticipation as May 1st approaches. It's hard to believe we have come this far since the inception of the Stand as One Committee in late 2017. In just a few short years, we have been able to create a new and unified Moose where all members, male and female, will have equal opportunities, rights, and privileges within the Lodge. This new Moose becomes a reality on May 1st, 2021. Many of our members have been asking questions of one another, of the field staff, of Supreme Lodge leaders, and on Facebook. What's the impact on my membership? How many meetings can I attend? When do I pay my dues? Can I be considered for office? Well, let's find out. May 1st, 2021 is the dawning of a new Moose, one where all members, regardless of gender, will hold equal membership in our beloved fraternity. Together, men and women of this great fraternity will serve and lead our lodges into the future. During the first week of May, the Information Systems Department at Moose International will unite chapter memberships with lodge memberships via LCL Web. Chapter members in good standing, meaning their dues are paid, will automatically transition to good standing members of both the lodge and the chapter. Moose Legion members remain unaffected during the transition. No action is needed on the part of the administrator or the recorder to incorporate female members into the lodge roles. Moose International will communicate details regarding program availability closer to the membership migration. Beginning in May, both male and female members are encouraged to attend lodge meetings and take an active role in making decisions regarding fraternal operations of the lodge. The amended General Laws of the Moose, the revised Women of the Moose General Laws, and the updated Moose Legion Code of Rules all become effective May 1st, 2021. Just as the Stand as One and implementation committees have promoted since the inception of the One Moose concept, the purpose of our fraternity is not changing. Our unified membership in the Moose will continue to support Moose Heart, Moose Haven, and our communities. Together, we will celebrate life and accomplish greatness. Let's take a look at the overall structure of the lodge and the chapter, starting with the officers. The number of lodge officers will remain the same. The governor has been retitled president, and as a result, a few additional title changes will occur, such as vice president and junior past president. The president will serve as the presiding officer. In the chapter, the number of officers has been reduced to 4, and new titles will be in effect. The junior past regent will absorb the duties of the junior regent and the junior graduate regent. The secretary will be responsible for minutes and correspondence, and the treasurer will oversee the financial and membership records, just as the recorder does now. The secretary will be eligible to serve up to 5 consecutive terms, and the treasurer may serve unlimited consecutive terms provided she is duly nominated and elected. Many members don't realize the positions of administrator and social quarters manager, while often the same person, are actually different positions. The administrator is a member of the Lodge Board of Officers. Current administrators will remain in office as they have a term of satisfactory service. However, if there is an opening on or after May 1st, either a male or female member could be considered for the office. The social quarters manager is an employee of the lodge. He or she will report to the Board of Officers under the new Moose structure. The social quarters manager oversees the daily operations of the Moose Home, but performs his or her duties according to policies established by the board. The profitable operation of the social quarters shall be the responsibility of the Board of Officers. In some moose lodges, the membership is led to believe the administrator has ultimate authority, but in reality, all officers have an equal voice and an equal vote. With exception of the administrator, no member of the Board of Officers may be employed as the social quarters manager. As we prepare for the transition, our lodges and chapters are in the process of nominating and electing officers for 2021-22. Women are currently members of the chapter. They are not eligible to be nominated for lodge office until May 1st. So which 2021-2022 lodge offices can a female member be nominated for beginning in May? A female would be eligible to be considered for the offices of treasurer, trustee, or administrator if the position is vacant. After November 1st, a female member could be appointed by the president to serve as chaplain or vice president. Why can't a female be nominated for all positions right away? Let's take a closer look. The answers lie in the General Laws, Section 33.5. There is a 6-month membership requirement for the offices of Vice President and Chaplain. Female members will need to meet that minimum timeline to be considered for these offices. The timeline also allows newer members an opportunity to experience lodge meetings and be more fraternally educated before serving as vice president or chaplain. To be considered for lodge president, the candidate must have been a member of the lodge for at least 6 months and have served in another elected office for at least 1 year in the lodge in which they seek presidency. Therefore, beginning with the 2022-23 lodge year, some female members could be eligible for any lodge office. Please be aware of the added requirement that lodge officers must also be members of either the chapter or the Moose Legion within 60 days of installation. So, do you have to hold a higher degree, Academy of Friendship, Star, College of Regents, Fellow, or Pilgrim to be a lodge officer? No. Females must simply belong to a chapter. Males must belong to the Moose Legion. Can a male Moose member be considered for chapter office? No. Males cannot be members of the chapter. Therefore, they cannot serve as chapter officers. Similarly, female members are not eligible to serve as Moose Legion officers. Let's look at appointed officers. The lodge president shall appoint the sergeant-at-arms, outer guard, and inner guard. Any lodge member, male or female, in good standing would be eligible to serve in these positions. The chapter senior regent will only need to appoint a guide. Remember, only females are eligible for chapter membership, so the guide will be a chapter member in good standing. How about chairpersons? The lodge president shall appoint the standing chairpersons as seen here. The president may require reports from all committees to ensure the membership is informed of events, activities, opportunities, statuses, and circumstances affecting the Moose Lodge and membership. Chapter committee chairmen have been reduced to 4, including membership, Moose Heart Moose Haven, fraternal activities, and higher degrees. The fraternal activities chairman will absorb the endeavors of the former activities and sports and community service chairman. The higher degrees chairman must be a member who has held at least the Academy of Friendship degree for 10 months or more. Additional committees include Golden Gavel, whereby the junior past regent will serve as the chairman, financial review, and application review. Additional special chairmen may be appointed under the authority of the lodge president or chapter senior regent. Can a female member of the lodge serve as an appointed officer or chairperson of the lodge? Absolutely. The only exception is the Moose Legion Committee, as the general laws require the chairman and committee members be members of the Moose Legion. Remember, females aren't eligible to join the Moose Legion. Now that you are familiar with the chapter committees, you may be asking yourself which months will be associated with each committee. As you can see here, most of the chapter chairmen will be responsible for remitting donations and forms 2 or 3 months each year. If the higher degree chairman does not hold the Star Recorder, and/or College of Regents degrees, she shall appoint a respective degree holder to conduct the Star and/or College of Regents chapter meetings. Minimum monthly donations to be considered for the award of achievement will remain at $30 for the special project and $20 for scholarship and maintenance. Please be considerate and supportive of the chairman and their committee fundraisers. The residents in our care are dependent on our support for their security and existence, hence why the minimum monthly donation amounts have not been reduced. Can a female member hold an installed position in the lodge and chapter at the same time? Yes, provided she meets the qualifications of the position. The nominating committee will remain critical in determining the most qualified candidates for office. The lodge president and chapter senior regent will be responsible for appointing enthusiastic members to serve as chairpersons. Does that mean a lodge employee can be an officer of the chapter or Moose Legion? Yes. The conflict of interest has been eliminated. Lodge employees can currently serve as officers of the Moose Legion. The same will apply to the chapters. So does that mean a lodge employee can be an elected officer of the lodge? No, with exception of the administrator employed as the social quarters manager. In accordance with section 46.2 and 48.6 of the general laws of the Moose, elected lodge officers shall not receive any wage, tips, gratuities, or other form of compensation for working or volunteering in the social quarters or Moose home. The junior past president is not an elected officer and therefore can receive compensation from the lodge. Let's take a moment to discuss monthly meetings. All members will be encouraged to attend 2 monthly general membership meetings of the lodge. The Lodge Board of Officers will be required to conduct at least 2 board meetings per month, as well as assemble as the Executive Committee as needed. 7 qualified members of the Lodge, including a qualified presiding officer, shall constitute a quorum for the transaction of business at any membership meeting. If the Lodge operates with 3 trustees, 5 elected officers shall constitute a quorum for any meeting of the Board of Officers. 4 elected officers shall constitute a quorum for any meeting of the Board of Officers if the Lodge operates with only 1 trustee. Chapters will be required to hold at least 1 chapter meeting each month, and the Board of Officers will conduct business at least once a month. A quorum for a chapter meeting will be at least 5 members, including 1 officer. 2 officers will constitute a quorum for a chapter board meeting. Additional committee meetings shall be scheduled as necessary or as required by the general laws. For those members accustomed to attending meetings, the expectations for the lodge meeting shouldn't be surprising. Membership cards will be verified upon entry into the meeting room. The president serves as the presiding officer, and the administrator will take the minutes. Decorum shall be maintained, and an agenda will be followed to recognize our fraternal mission and conduct business. Donations for the endowment fund will also be collected. New business may be presented to the Board of Officers for consideration. The officers will then discuss the proposal and make a report at the next regular meeting of the Lodge. Certain topics are not open for discussion on the Lodge floor. Matters such as personnel issues, social quarters operations, disciplinary issues, payroll, pricing, and the like are handled by the Lodge Board of Officers in an executive meeting. Any member may request to attend an executive meeting to share his or her concerns, ideas, or grievances. He or she will then be excused at the conclusion of the discussion. All active members of the Lodge may attend a Lodge meeting. Active members, dues paid current, in other lodges may attend but cannot vote. All active members of the Lodge, including the officers, are entitled to vote on matters properly brought before the Lodge. Only active members in actual attendance at Lodge meetings are entitled to vote. Absentee or proxy votes are prohibited. Can female members vote at a Lodge meeting after May 1st, 2021? Absolutely, provided her dues are current. If we are all one, will the chapter need Lodge approval for activities and events in the Moose Home? Yes. The chapter and Lodge leadership should maintain open communication, share ideas, and coordinate the calendar to eliminate conflicts. If the chapter wants to conduct a fundraiser or schedule an event at the Moose Home, the presiding officer should confirm availability and discuss details with the Lodge leadership. Chapter members will be in attendance at the Lodge meeting and therefore will have a vote on such proposals brought before the Lodge. Some of you may be frantically wondering, how many meetings do I need to attend? As many as you desire and are qualified to attend. You make the decisions about your level of participation. Your membership is what you make of it. If you decide to serve in a leadership role, obviously additional meeting commitments would be necessary. Membership and dues have been a hot topic among our members. There seems to be a lot of confusion and misstatements plaguing the fraternity. Let's try to break it down into simple terms. First, all members will belong to a lodge. If you want to be a member of the Moose, you will be a member of a lodge. Membership requirements will remain the same. At least 21 years of age, not a terrorist, sex offender, or felon. You must profess a belief in a supreme being and must be capable of understanding the oath of membership. Only female members may belong to a chapter. Chapter membership is not required, but affords the female member additional benefits. Only male members may belong to the Moose Legion. Moose Legion membership is not required, but affords male members additional benefits. Chapters and Moose Legions will serve to preserve higher degrees, offer additional recognition programs, elevate members, and offer members an opportunity to participate on another level of the fraternity. If a member desires to serve as a lodge officer, he or she must belong to the chapter or Moose Legion within 60 days of installation. This mandate helps ensure the leadership has a fraternal understanding of our commitments and purpose. One of the most common questions being asked is, can I be a member of the chapter without being a member of the lodge? No. All members of the Moose will be members of a lodge. What about dues? Are you telling me I have to pay 2 sets of dues? Maybe. All members will pay lodge dues unless you have a life membership. Lodge dues will be a minimum of $38 but vary lodge to lodge. Most average $40 to $60, but some are higher. Chapter dues and Moose Legion dues will be $15 annually. $10 of those dues will be remitted to Moose International as per capita. $5 will be deposited to the unit. Chapter and Moose Legion members who desire to maintain their higher degree status must remain active members of either the chapter or the Moose Legion. Life memberships will be valid post May 1st, 2021, and can be earned or purchased after implementation. They are not going away or being voided. If you have a life membership in the Moose Legion or chapter, you will not be responsible for paying the additional $15 of annual dues. Many of our members have been overwhelmed with concerns about when to pay dues. The simple response is when you receive a dues renewal notice from Moose International. More specifically, current lodge members will pay dues upon their current expiration date. Current chapter members will be invoiced for lodge dues in the month of the expiration date on her card. If the chapter member has a dues expiration month of May through December, she will be invoiced in 2021 for her lodge dues. If her expiration month is January through April, she will be invoiced for lodge dues in 2022. This scenario assumes her dues are in active status at the time of implementation. Current Moose Legion members will receive a dues renewal notice just as they have in the past. Lodge and Moose Legion dues are synced to the same month of renewal. There are no changes to when current Lodge or current Moose Legion members remit dues. Online dues payments will remain an option for members in active or expired status. Since the chapter members will experience the most changes, let's look more closely at the dues structure as related to current chapter members. Chapter members in active status beyond April 30th, 2021 will automatically transition to Moose Lodge members on May 1st. No action is needed on behalf of the member. Dues renewal notices will arrive 30 to 45 days before the month of the female member's expiration date. There will be some delay for those members with May and potentially June expiration dates. Additional instructions and reminders will be communicated from Moose International as the transition approaches. The staff is working diligently to help ensure minimal disruption to dues notices and payment processing. Please continue to read and share the official communications as they are published. Dues payments will be processed in the same manner by mail or online. Dues may still be paid at the Moose home. The administrator will process lodge dues. The chapter treasurer will process chapter dues. Many of you are already familiar with the 3 free years promotion being offered to chapter members. If a current chapter member pays her lodge dues on time, she will be eligible for this promotion. A year of chapter dues will be awarded with each lodge payment for a maximum of 3 years. All 3 years are not issued at the same time. If a member doesn't pay her lodge dues on time, the free chapter dues promotion becomes null and void. Furthermore, if the chapter member is not in active status as of May 1st, the promotion is void. In other words, an expired or dropped member will not be eligible for free chapter dues. Encourage your members to pay their dues as invoiced to ensure they preserve their eligibility for free dues. Updated membership cards will be mailed to all female members beginning in mid to late May 2021. More than 350,000 cards need to be printed and mailed. Please be patient as this process will take several weeks. Multiple memberships will still be permissible after implementation. Each female member will have the option to belong to as many lodges and chapters as she prefers. However, she only needs one lodge membership to belong to as many chapters as desired. Chapter Life memberships, like Lodge and Moose Legion Life memberships, will still be available for purchase after May 1st. Life memberships can still be earned for 50 years of continuous service or by obtaining 250 membership units. Moose International is aware of confusion surrounding chapter members who paid ahead in an attempt to delay lodge dues payments. In accordance with our general laws, dues are non-refundable, so Moose International will not reimburse members for dues paid in advance. However, as mentioned previously, prepaid chapter dues will not be lost or voided. Applicable free dues will be added to the chapter expiration year. If you are like me, you prefer a visual aid. The following slides will hopefully help you better understand how multiple memberships will apply to chapter members. As of May 1st, chapter members will automatically be added to the affiliated lodge membership. No action is needed on the part of the member, the administrator, or the chapter treasurer. Note, all units should be operating on LCL Web by May 1st. If the chapter member is in active status in 3 chapters, she will be in active status of 3 lodges on May 1st. If she pays her lodge dues on time, as invoiced, a free year of chapter dues will automatically be issued for a maximum of 3 years. If she is a member of Chapter A, she also becomes a member of Lodge A. The same applies for Chapters B and C. Let's assume our member, Mary, belongs to 3 chapters, one of which is a life membership. On May 1st, she will be a life member of Chapter A and a life member of Lodge A. She will no longer pay dues to Chapter A or Lodge A. As a member of Chapter B, she will also become a member of Lodge B on May 1st. If she pays her Lodge B dues on time as invoiced, she will earn a free year's dues in Chapter B. If she also belongs to Chapter C, she becomes a member of Lodge C on May 1st. If she pays her Lodge C dues on time as invoiced, she will also earn a free year's dues in Chapter C. Similar scenario. Let's assume Mary belongs to 3 chapters, one of which is a life membership. But what if Mary forgets to pay her lodge dues as invoiced? If Mary pays her Lodge B dues on time, but forgets to pay her Lodge C dues, she will earn a free year's dues in Chapter B, but would need to pay $15 to maintain her membership in Chapter C. Since she paid Lodge C dues late, Mary is no longer eligible for the free chapter dues in Chapter C. As a reminder, she no longer pays dues to Chapter A or Lodge A as a result of her life memberships. Let's take it another step further. In this scenario, Mary decides to drop her additional lodge memberships but wants to maintain her chapter memberships. Since Mary has a life membership in Lodge A, she meets the minimum requirement of belonging to at least one lodge. If she drops her Lodge C membership, she can pay $15 to remain a member of Chapter C. In this scenario, her dues in Chapter B are free for up to 3 years because she paid her Lodge B dues on time. If Mary decides to drop her Lodge B membership but keep her Chapter B and Chapter C memberships, she may do so by paying $15 each to those chapters. In the end, she would remain a member of Lodge A, Chapter B, and Chapter C. She would have voting privileges in Lodge A, but not Lodge B or Lodge C. She would have voting rights in all 3 chapters. These examples have been designed to give a brief overview of membership options and hopefully assist in better explaining how the new Moose structure will impact multiple membership. If you have specific questions about your personal membership, please email the One Moose Committee. So if you have life membership in the chapter on or before April 30th, 2021, will you pay dues? No. On May 1st, you will be a life member of both the chapter and the affiliated lodge. Life memberships are associated with particular units, but your privileges of membership extend across the fraternity, just as they do now. You can visit any Moose home as a good standing member of the Moose family. Many male members have questioned why female members get a free life membership in the lodge if they are a life member of the chapter before May 1st, 2021. Right now, the only Moose unit that women may belong to is the chapter. Women presently can't buy or earn a lodge life membership. It's simply a violation of our current general laws. Our current structure gives lodge members the option of joining the Moose Legion, and therefore he can purchase or earn a life membership in the Moose Legion. In May of this year, the membership statuses of all members, male and female, will be imported to the Lodge LCL program. This includes active, expired, dropped, terminated, life, and all years of service. Sponsor credits and other Moose history will be preserved as well. As a result, if a female member is a life member of the chapter as of April 30th, 2021, she will also become a life member of the affiliated lodge on May 1st, 2021. Less than 4% of chapter members hold a life membership. So while advantageous to some female members, the fraternity as a whole has not been significantly impacted. Can life memberships be transferred? Yes. The member could complete a transfer application and remit it with the applicable fee to the unit of his or her choice. Transfer fees are $20 at the lodge level, $10 at the chapter level, and $10 at the Moose Legion level. Memberships may be transferred out of General Assembly or All Heart Chapter free of charge. Can members purchase life memberships after May 1st? Yes. All members will have the option of purchasing a lodge life membership as outlined in the general laws. Male members may purchase life membership in the Moose Legion, and female members may purchase life membership in the Women of the Moose. The cost is based on years of service. Members will also have the opportunity of earning life membership in the respective units, just as they do now. While many of our chapter members have taken advantage of purchasing a life membership, some want to earn their life membership with 50 years of continuous service. So will a female member receive a life membership in the lodge and the chapter for her service to the fraternity after implementation? Yes. As explained earlier, female membership history will be preserved upon migration of the records to the lodge. The member must be in good standing in both the lodge and the chapter at the 50-year mark to receive life membership in both units. If her chapter dues aren't current, she would only receive a life membership in the lodge. Some chapter members paid chapter dues ahead. Will those members lose those years of payment? No. Remember, lodge dues will be payable the month of your expiration date. Your free chapter dues will be added to your expiration year. For example, if your chapter dues expire on September 30th, 2023, your lodge dues will be payable in September 2021. If you pay your lodge dues on time, your chapter dues will be extended to September 30th, 2024. Will the 3 years of free chapter dues be issued as soon as I pay my lodge dues? No. Free chapter dues will be awarded 1 year at a time for a maximum of 3 years when lodge dues are paid on time. How will All Heart memberships be affected? The affiliated lodge for All Heart chapter is General Assembly. As mentioned earlier, members can transfer free of charge from General Assembly or All Heart chapter. A female member could transfer her General Assembly membership to a local lodge and remain a member of All Heart chapter. The free chapter dues promo will still apply in All Heart chapter. What if your lodge doesn't have an affiliated chapter? Female members can join or be a member of a local lodge and, if desired, hold membership in any other chapter, including All Heart chapter. The free chapter dues promotion will still apply with a paid lodge membership. In similar fashion, what if you are a female member who wants to belong to a lodge that doesn't have an affiliated chapter? In other words, as of May 1st, you are a member of Chapter A and Lodge A, but you want to belong to Lodge B. You can transfer your membership to Lodge B and remain a member of Chapter A. The Women of the Moose had approximately 40 standalone chapters as of the recording of this presentation. Standalone chapters are those who no longer have an affiliated lodge. How will the One Moose transition affect members of standalone chapters? The chapter advocates have been tasked with educating standalone chapter members of their options. Some are merging with other local chapters. Others are opting to close due to declining membership and lack of leadership. And a few are considering instituting an affiliated lodge. The chapter advocates and territory managers will be an integral part of the transition. While closing is never the first option when a unit is struggling, sometimes closure is inevitable. In the event your lodge closes, your lodge membership will automatically be transferred to General Assembly. If the chapter closes, your membership would automatically be transferred to All Heart chapter. Let's talk a moment about sponsoring members. The process itself is not changing, but remember, all members must first belong to a lodge before considering membership in the Moose Legion or the Women of the Moose. The prospective member will complete an application and remit the $20 application fee and first year's dues. The application will be reviewed and voted upon in accordance with our general laws. Male members can sponsor men or women, just as female members can sponsor women or men into the lodge. Only active chapter members can invite women to join the chapter. Only active Moose Legion members can invite men to join the Moose Legion. Women cannot join the Moose Legion, and men cannot join the chapter. A new application is being designed for ease of sponsorship. No need to carry 3 types of applications. The updated application will be used for Lodge, Chapter, and Moose Legion candidates. Many questions have arisen concerning the private policy. Following certain regulations protects our tax-free status and constitutional right of privacy. The private policy can be found on page 57 of the General Laws, as well as in the Women of the Moose Officers Handbook. It states, you are either a member or a guest. If a member is in expired status, he or she may only enter the moose home to pay his or her dues. He or she cannot be admitted as a guest, not even with his or her spouse. After 12 months, the former member, dropped status, may enter the moose home with his or her spouse or as the guest of another member in good standing. The guest must be properly signed in, must be accompanied by the member at all times, shall not make purchases, and must leave when the member leaves. The prospective member shall be limited to 2 visits unless he or she is the guest of his or her spouse. Questions pertaining to the private policy of the lodge should be directed to your territory or regional manager. Now that you know all about the new moose structure, let's talk about higher degrees. As you can see here, the Moose Legion and chapter will continue to recognize higher degrees. There are minimal approved changes to the higher degree parameters. Higher degrees can only be earned or maintained by members of the Moose Legion or chapter. The Moose Legion Code of Rules and Women of the Moose General Laws, effective May 1st, will outline the specific criteria for each degree. The fellowship and pilgrim degree requirements are not changing. Higher degrees are recognized provided the member's dues in the Lodge and Moose Legion or chapter are current. If the member's dues lapse, his or her degrees don't go away, they simply become dormant. Once dues are paid in both the Lodge and the higher degree unit, the degrees are reactivated. If dues are in arrears, the member is not entitled to wear higher degree regalia. Let's take some time to concentrate on Women of the Moose higher degrees. In order to qualify for personal honors, the chapter must earn the Award of Achievement. The only change to the Award of Achievement requirements is the condition that a quarterly audit report must be submitted to Women of the Moose headquarters on or before the 15th day of August, November, February, and May of each year. Monthly financial reviews will still be required and will be maintained in the chapter records. The Star Recorder degree has been renamed the Star degree since the position of Recorder has been renamed Treasurer. To qualify for the Star degree, the Treasurer shall sponsor and enroll at least 2 members into the chapter between May 1st and April 30th. Furthermore, she must ensure the chapter financial accounts are reconciled by the 15th day of each month. Treasurers will be eligible to serve an unlimited number of terms provided she is nominated and elected each year. The Women of the Moose are excited to announce the inception of the Golden Gavel Honor. This new honor replaces the Green Cap Honor. The Golden Gavel will be awarded to the Senior Regent provided the chapter earns the Award of Achievement and the senior regent meets specific individual requirements such as sponsoring members, remitting forms, and attending meetings and training. The Golden Gavel honor will be conferred upon qualified recipients at the annual convocation ceremony. The Golden Gavel shall signify the member is eligible to meet the requirements for the College of Regents degree while serving as junior past regent. Another major change is elimination of second chance. Instead, senior regents will be eligible to succeed themselves in office, provided she is nominated and elected for a second term. Please be mindful, the current senior regent 2021 term may not succeed herself in office. We will discuss this in further detail in a few moments. The College of Regents degree will still be awarded to those qualified leaders who serve complete terms as senior regent and junior past regent. The new requirements will be similar to the current requirements with a few changes in terminology. References to the junior graduate regent will be changed to junior past regent, just as references to the green cap will be replaced with golden gavel. Furthermore, the junior past regent will need to sponsor and enroll at least 2 members into the chapter rather than the order. Many members are concerned about losing their degrees post-implementation of One Moose, especially if they don't pay chapter or Moose Legion dues. So, can a member lose her degrees if she doesn't belong to a chapter? Not really. Higher degrees don't go away. They become dormant. Once the member pays her dues current in the chapter, her degrees are reactivated, along with any call cards she may have on file. Similar rules apply in the Moose Legion. A male member is not recognized as a Moose Legionnaire, Fellow, or Pilgrim if his Moose Legion dues are in arrears. If the higher degree member is not in good standing in the lodge and chapter or Moose Legion, she or he is not permitted to wear the degree regalia, not the coat, the blazer, or the cap and gown. Some other changes being implemented into the Women of the Moose general laws can be seen here. Beginning with the 2021-22 senior regent, she will have the opportunity to succeed herself in office. Please be aware, the current senior regent is not eligible. She will assume the office of junior past regent for the 21-22 term. If she refuses or the current senior regent position is vacant, the next past regent in order of juniority shall be installed as junior past regent. In the future, if the senior regent decides to run for a second term and is duly nominated and elected, the junior past regent may remain in office another term as well. Remember, the junior past regent is an office of condition. It is not elected. After May 1st, 2021, collegians will be eligible to serve in any office or installed position. Can collegians be nominated for all offices now? No. Also, per capita will be reduced from $22 to $10 since dues are being reduced to $15. Application fees for new and re-enrolled members are being eliminated on the chapter level. The qualifications for membership will include being a lodge member in active status and being a female person. This slide helps summarize some of the meeting changes we discussed earlier. The number of meetings required each month is being reduced, as is the number of required members to establish a quorum. The meeting procedures and agendas are being rewritten to incorporate these changes and will provide a more user-friendly addition for our leaders. Women of the Moose annual and mid-year conferences, as we know them, are being eliminated. All members will be invited and encouraged to attend association mid-year conferences and annual conventions. To offer the ladies an opportunity to gather, celebrate, and learn together, the Grand Council approved an annual Chapter Rally Day celebration. The State Provincial Chapter Advocate will serve as the officer in charge of the event. Chapter Rally Day will be designed to meet the needs and interests of the Women of the Moose. It may be a one-day celebration or a weekend retreat. It could be scheduled in conjunction with an association meeting, Moose Legion celebration, or be an event of its own. Representation at Chapter Rally Day will be a requirement for the Award of Achievement. Chapter Rally Day should be fun, celebratory, and informative. It will be a time to recognize top chapters, celebrate accomplishments, enjoy a meal, collect donations, share our traditions, educate members, be entertained, laugh, and have a good time. Please watch for announcements from your chapter advocate as plans are developed and schedules are finalized. Additional changes include the elimination of the International Academy of Friendship, Star Recorder, and College of Regents boards. A new higher degree board will fill this void. The board will consist of a president and 6 members appointed by the Grand Chancellor from the rank of College of Regents. The International Higher Degrees Board will make recommendations for regulations and policy for the College of Regents, Star, and Academy of Friendship degrees. The Grand Council will remain the governing body of the Women of the Moose. Furthermore, the maximum cost of a life membership in the Women of the Moose will be reduced to $500. This reduction aligns chapter life membership cost with the Moose Legion. Based on this new payment scale, the only tiers affected are 1 through 14 years and the buyout option. So before some of the members who just invested in a chapter life membership get upset, let's examine the financial impact. If a member is frustrated about recently paying $600 to become a life member of the chapter, remind her she took advantage of a 2-for-1 deal as a result of the One Moose transition. She essentially gets a free Lodge Life membership on May 1st, 2021 for her $600 investment. If she had waited to purchase a Lodge Life membership and a Chapter Life membership after May 1st, she would pay both Lodge and Chapter fees. Her equivalent life memberships would cost her $1,700. Can a life member purchase or earn a Lodge, Chapter, or Moose Legion life membership post-implementation of One Moose? Absolutely. How about the Moose Legion? What changes will be implemented in this unit of our fraternity? One of the biggest changes to the program is the elimination of the 6-month membership requirement to join the Moose Legion. Post May 1st, the only requirement is being an active male Lodge member. The second change is the elimination of the application fee on the Moose Legion level. Conferral is still required. The Code of Rules are being updated to reflect these changes. What effects will these changes have on the association level? For those members already familiar with a joint association format, association conferences and meetings may feel familiar to you post-implementation. Men and women will attend meetings and delegates will be entitled to vote in accordance with the association bylaws. Association dues will be invoiced based on the total Lodge membership, which will include both male and female members. Post-2022, chapters will no longer be billed for association dues. Chapters currently operating in a joint association might be billed this year if the bylaws indicate the association per capita is based on April 30th membership totals. Remember, as of April 30th, 2021, joint associations are still in effect, and therefore the chapter may still be liable for paying association dues. The association president or liaison should be able to confirm if and when association dues notices will be distributed. All that said, chapters may want to consider helping the lodge offset the cost of association dues. The lodges will be impacted by an increased per capita obligation. Fundraisers could be planned to help offset these expenses. Work together as one to ensure the financial security of your Moose Lodge. As a result of the One Moose transition, the term joint association will no longer be valid post May 1st, 2021. We will have equal opportunities as members of our lodges. The association will have an increased leadership pool. Both men and women will be eligible to serve on the district and association levels. These changes will help strengthen your association by increasing the talent reservoir, sparking new ideas, and giving opportunities to dedicated members not previously considered for leadership roles. Additional financial resources and increased volunteer enthusiasm will become available. Think positively and great things can happen. Some of you may be curious about the term delegate. In simple terms, a delegate is an authorized voting member of the lodge. All members in active status in attendance at a lodge meeting are authorized to vote on matters brought before the lodge membership. At association conventions, the lodge president and lodge administrator are the authorized delegates for the respective lodge. If the administrator or president are unable to attend, the lodge may vote upon an alternate representative. An alternate may be any active member of the lodge. Written notice, a letter over the signatures of the lodge president and administrator, as well as the seal of the lodge, must be sent to the association secretary 2 weeks prior to the start of the convention, indicating who has been duly assigned as the alternate delegate. Also at the association convention, past governors, past regents, whose title was obtained prior to May 1st, 2021, and past presidents are authorized to vote on matters brought before the association, but the total number of voting delegates per lodge may not exceed 20. If there are more than 20 delegates in attendance for a particular lodge, the lodge would need to predetermine which delegates would be authorized to vote. Furthermore, each delegate has only one vote, which is counted for the lodge in which he or she is registered. At the International Convention, each lodge still gets 2 voting delegates for matters brought before the general membership of the Moose. Additionally, all past governors, past regents, and past presidents are authorized voting delegates by virtue of their title. There are no restrictions on the number of voting delegates from a particular lodge at the International Convention. A representative of a lodge shall not be entitled to vote in any meeting of the Moose while their lodge is in arrears for any lawful charges of the Moose. This would include not in good standing determinations by the association or the chief compliance officer. Need to read that again? Please refer to section 46.5 of the general laws effective 5/1 of 21 or contact any member of the Association Executive Committee for more information. So, with all of these changes, when can you get a copy of the general laws? The general laws of the Moose are available now on our website. From the members area, hover over Loyal Order of Moose and you will see a drop-down including the general laws. Printed bound copies of the general laws will be available from catalog sales in the fall of 2021. We want to ensure the document is flawless before printing thousands of copies. Women of the Moose general laws will be posted on our website on or before March 15, 2021. From the members area, hover over Women of the Moose and you will see a drop-down list which includes the general laws. Bound printed copies will be available for purchase from catalog sales after May 1st. Furthermore, all chapters will receive several copies with the annual handbook mailing. This concludes the presentation. An FAQ sheet is available on our website, and this presentation will be posted on the Moose International YouTube channel. Please email any questions you have to onemoose@mooseintl.org. A member of the One Moose Committee will respond to your inquiry. Let us be ever mindful. We are one Moose, a unified membership of men and women working together side by side as equals. I encourage you to optimistically view the future of the Moose organization. Embrace these changes and help ensure the never-ending security of those in our care. Thank you for your time and attention.